Good morning, people. How y'all doing? First thing I would like to do this morning is give an audio copyright strike infringement ban on this clown here, Larkin Rose, who is very triggered by me in my last video. So without further ado, Larkin Rose, this video is for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. Therefore, it is exempt from any copyright infringement strike your crybaby ass may try to impose. Okay, now without further ado, let's get on to this. I'm not going to try to torture you guys with the whole video, but let's go ahead and listen to what this clown has to say on proof.
Mathematics and science, proof actually means something specific. It means logically ruling out any other possibility. It doesn't mean persuading somebody who doesn't really know what they're doing. Incidentally, if anybody posts memes or videos or anything under this in either direction on this issue under this, I'm going to delete it. If you can address what if you go and
Hey Larkin, let me ask you one thing, idiot. How you gonna delete it when it is on Keith Knight's channel? Don't tread on anyone. You didn't have balls enough to put it on your channel. You talk so much shit, but you ain't shit. This man spews so much diarrhea. Here he's going to tell us how his father, by the same student body, in 1 year was voted the most liked and the least liked teacher. An impossibility, Larkin Rose, but you're so ignorant you believe it to be possible. Without further ado, let's let Larkin Rose explain this to you.
a good grade. My father was a mathematics and science teacher for a bazillion years, and
Oh, hold on a minute. What's a gazillion years, Larkin Rose? Is that what you think these stars are? Gazillions of miles away, so you could quite possibly be looking at a star at night that burned out hundreds of years ago, but the light is still traveling towards Earth. That's what you must believe. Anyway.
I know flat earthers will say, oh no, he's in on the conspiracy. I bring it up because he taught in a very unorthodox way. And it's funny because 1 year he was voted the most students voted for him as their favorite teacher, and the most students voted for him as their least favorite teacher, and for the same reason, which is,
told you, this clown's a clown. He spews so much shit he believes himself. Now here this clown is running his lips some more.
Is actual understanding. Now, now I'm going to pick on the round earthers, because most of the people who say, of course it's spherical, of course it's round, everybody knows that, they don't know how to prove it either. Most of them took it on faith. And so they're just repeating their faith. Now, most of them may have more sort of anecdotal evidence implying it and indicating it, so they have reason to believe it, but they've never bothered to look into the geometry or the physics or anything and say, well, can I actually prove it? And I like to, sometimes I would, in conversations, go to the round earthers and say, can you actually give a geometric or mathematical proof that the earth is spherical?
No, you can't, Larkin Rose, because there is no proof. There's a potential evidences, but that's all through perspective. And one thing you neglect to ever talk about is perspective. Now let's go ahead and listen to this gullible ignoramus fool talk about down and level.
Fact that flat earthers don't know what the words down and level mean. They all the way don't know what they mean. If this is the earth, the round earth crazy theory, they think that is down. It's not. Down means towards the center of the planet. So a bunch of their complaints are, well, water always finds its level. It won't stay in a ball. It'll go down. And that's true, if you understand what down means. They say, well, the pilots who fly planes, they should have to like tip the nose down to make up for the curvature of the earth. No, you don't understand what down means. Well, when you're building a road, you don't have to account for the curves because you don't understand what down means. Down means towards the center of mass of the planet. Level means perpendicular to down. So,
hey, Larkin Rose, you frickin' idiot. Level don't mean perpendicular to down. Level means perpendicular to level or plumb and vertical. Vertically plumb. Level is perpendicular to vertically plumb.
on a planetary scale, this is level. This is what's level. Yes, water.
So you're trying to tell the world that round is level? That's how inept you are. You are so freaking stupid. Yes, stupid. I will use that word on you.
Finds its level, and this is the level because down is towards the center of mass. And half of the proofs were just demonstrations that flat earth people don't know what down and level mean. And if you understand, oh yeah, you don't have to change the road because if you keep the road level and that's the center of the earth,
I'm trying not to burn you guys out on this guy's retardedness, so let me move on.
version of that, but it's as easy as you can get. Now,
Okay, on to the Aristophanes and feces experiment. Thank you, Larkin Rose. You think this is actual proof?
the math gets really, really, really easy if you're at the equator. If you're north or south.
Okay, you guys can watch this if you want. I'm going to just explain to you what he's saying. He's in Maine, Death Valley, California, and Hawaii. Maine to California, 3,000 miles. California to Hawaii, 3,000 miles. Time difference between Maine to Hawaii, 6 hours. So he's going to tell you that this is a 45 degree because you're 3,000 miles, so that tells you the elevation of the sun. Absolutely zero perspective taken into account. And he's going to tell you that when this guy looks at 45 degrees up and they're 3,000 miles apart, that is 3,000 miles up, giving you the elevation of the sun. And then he's going to talk about Buddy in Hawaii seeing the sun on the horizon. He doesn't take any perspective into account, and he does not take into account that Hawaii is actually 6 hours difference in time. In Maine at noon, it is 6 o'clock in the morning in Hawaii, so obviously the sun is going to look like a hat on the Maine dude's head. That's obvious. And at 6 o'clock at night, it will be noon in Hawaii, and the sun will have traveled away from him, going towards the sunset at 6 p.m. when it's noon in Hawaii. There's no better way to explain perspective to fools than to use my good buddy Jeff at Stinky Cash's demonstrations of perspective. So without further ado, Stinky Cash, take it away.
A first-person perspective. Okay, you are the observer in this picture. But let's take a look at what this would look like from a side angle. All the horizontal lines that are visually parallel, they all visually intersect at the horizon. Okay, so it forms a right triangle here, with the horizontal line being at eye level, and the hypotenuse is the ground. It appears to go up to the vanishing point, to the horizon, which is right here. So we know that all these horizontal lines converge at the horizon, and they will radiate out of the horizon. All these radiating lines are actually parallel, but our eyes don't see them that way. So a lot of these flat earth debunkers, they make side view illustrations that show these horizontal lines parallel, like this, when they should be making their illustrations like this. The higher up the horizontal parallel line, the steeper the angle at which it converges at the horizon. Okay, so notice how we have a red solid line as the ground. You can't see through the ground. The ground is a true limit. So these radiating lines here, they stop at the ground. But in an upwards direction, all these horizontal parallel lines radiating out of the horizon, they continue to go. There's no limit in an upward direction. That's why I've continued these lines. So the higher up the parallel horizontal line, the steeper it converges at the horizon, at the vanishing point. Now also, a lot of flat earth debunkers, they try to say the sun would never set on a flat earth, and they create side view illustrations like this. And they say, look, this is the angle at which the observer would see the sun, and at no point will the sun ever fall below the ground. And they say the same things for objects on the ground that are moving further away. They say the boat will never vanish beyond the horizon. But this type of side view illustration is completely wrong. You need to converge your ceiling with your floor at eye level. So it wouldn't look like this. These horizontal lines wouldn't look like this, and you wouldn't be viewing the sun and the objects on the ground like this. What actually happens is it all converges at the horizon. So this is a much more accurate and factual side view illustration. And when Cash is looking at the sun,
Thank you, Jeff, for that very thorough explanation on how perspective works. Now here we have this gullible ignoramus imbecile trying to prove still through pre-kindergarten drawings that are not observable, not repeatable, not measurable, and not absolute natural observation, trying to explain to you how this really works.
East and West is concerned, straight up. Here's a guy in Death Valley, California who points, here's how he's standing, he points at a 45-degree angle.
That ain't a 45-degree angle. 45 would be over here, you clown. Draw it out. You're a clown, Larkin Rose. Complete, utter clown.
To a sun really, really, really freaking far away in that direction. Now the Hawaii works.
How's a Hawaii work, Larkin Rose?
He's pointing flat to the horizon.
He's pointing flat to the horizon. The horizon is down here, Larkin Rose. You ignorant fuck. You never did ever once account for perspective. That's what you flat earthers, or you ball earthers do. You only use explanations and cartoon art that benefits the ball. And now again we have this gullible ignoramus idiot trying to explain what is reality without any natural, observable, repeatable, scientific method. Science.
See this sun? This is about the height it would be at. Here we are, ta-da, it's at the equator's right here. This is about 3,000 miles up. Here's what the sun would do. Do you notice anything suspicious? Do you notice?
It's not suspicious, Larkin Rose. You're rolling a 1 foot diameter circle with a marble in your hand. You don't have a sun that's 3,000 plus miles in the sky traveling 20,000 miles away from you, fool.
There's two suspicious things. Here's what the sun would do if you were at the tip of South America on a flat planet looking up. Number one suspicious thing that's kind of hard to miss, the sun doesn't ever set.
You are totally neglecting perspective, Larkin Rose. You're a gullible, ignoramus imbecile. Yes, you are. Nothing but. You lie so much, you believe yourself.
If the world was flat, at no point would the sun ever set for anybody anywhere on the whole frickin' planet.
There you go, Mr. Larkin Rose, the king of bullshit.
Anywhere on the whole frickin' planet. Is that what you observe when you go out and see the sun? Item number two. Do these look the same size? Guess what? They are the same size. Do they look the same size? No. Because if something is twice as far away from you, it looks half as big. And if
All right, Larkin Rose. Yes, we have already proved that the sun gets smaller in the distance. We have also proved that the sun completely vanishes into the deep horizon. It doesn't continually go down. It goes away and it vanishes into the muck of the air when it can no longer penetrate through the air and contaminants in the air. Larkin Rose, you are very suspicious in your trying to control the narrative of the flat earth. Are you just controlled opposition with all your anarchy stuff? You tell people about anarchy, but you don't tell them how to put it to work, and just say no. Anyway, folks, I'm done with this clown for now. I'm going to get back to him later. Thank you very much for tuning in, and Have a great day. Be well.